Hello, my lovely neurospicy people. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. So, today I've got a topic that I want to explore with spirit through the cards. And that topic has to do with how much are you holding on to? What are you holding on to? And what does spirit encourage you to let go of? I say what does spirit want us to let go of, but we have free will, don't we? And so oftentimes those spirit can talk to us and can tell us, we encourage you to look at this and we encourage you to maybe let it go. And typically it's because it's unfair to us in some way or because it's not helping us at all. And maybe even it's blocking us from moving forward. So let's take a look at that today. What does spirit, I'm going to say it, what does spirit want us to let go of today? Let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, lovies, let's take a look. I clothe myself in a robe of white light composed of the love, the power, and the wisdom of the divine, not only for my own protection, but so that all others who see it or come in contact with it will be brought to the divine and healed. This is for the highest good of all concerned. We call on our guides and the highest spirits. And our spirit family, they're reminding me to help us out with this one. All right, folks. That's when I learned when I was only 19 years old and just starting my spiritual practices. And I was up in Connecticut at the time at a beautiful place called the Aquarian Center, where I began my spiritual practice education. And actually, I didn't learn that one there. I learned it from another mentor, come to think of it, who was a wonderful influence as well. She's long since passed. All right, let's take a look. What do we want to let go of? King of Pentacles. True success isn't just about money. It's about happiness, too. It's a little shop. And it says, thanks for supporting local witches. Love it. So maybe we need to let go of our worries or concerns about money. Let's see. Next card we have is the Ace of Cups. Do you feel that in your heart? That's potential, dear. Holding a little potion. Ace of Cups, it's the beginning of something wonderful. There's potential. Okay. Typically when I do these readings, it's not intended this way, but this is how Spirit introduces me to things. When we're talking about a topic, typically this first row becomes what it is that you are struggling with, we as a collective are experiencing right now. Maybe not the struggle part, but what we're experiencing. So we're just getting a picture now of where are we? All right. So we're in our understanding of success. We know we have potential around us, and we're looking into our hearts for that and what that means. Okay, the Emperor. Being the authority of your own life comes with a lot of responsibility. So true and so important. And I believe really, and I have learned, it is my understanding that the responsibility here, oftentimes in typical tarot, the Emperor can be seen as someone who's controlling or possibly seen as manipulative. And when I do these readings through the neurodivergent lens, one of the ways that it comes to me through this card is that sometimes we have certain needs as neurodivergent folks, and it can come across as controlling or manipulative in some way, and it's really not meant for that. It's coming from a place of wanting and needing to take care of ourselves differently, or to manage our energies, or to have boundaries, or whatever that looks like, or comfort in general. And so one of the things I've learned, spiritually speaking, I love the fact that it says here, being the authority of our own life comes with a lot of responsibility. That it does. And it is, I have learned, it is not our responsibility to only be concerned about other folks in terms of our energy and where that goes, but we also, and being kind when appropriate, right? We also have a responsibility to ourselves to take care of ourselves emotionally, to take care of our own mental health and well-being. It's a responsibility that we have for sure. And then we have the Three of Wands. Put yourself out there and you'll be rewarded one way or another. I love, I love this. Okay. So we're looking at a combination of things. We're looking at kind of remembering that we have to, maybe we're reevaluating where our happiness lies, that money might not be it right now, or success of some sort financially, because things are tough right now, and maybe that's not what we're here for anyway. That's kind of the sense I'm getting. I'm not saying that's my perspective. I'm saying that's what I'm getting here, and maybe somebody's going through that right now. How do I find my value other than in my success, quote unquote? And there's always potential here for new love and new experiences and new ways to take care of ourselves coming in. One of those may be looking controlling to other people. And we can also, the Three of Wands can often be about um, kind of in this sense, um, being willing and open to put ourselves out there with other folks or in some way in some new venture or new activity. So letting go of the fear that's behind that. You can see she looks really kind of hopeful and excited, and even the dog is excited with her, and you could feel her hope in this and her dreaming in this, and it's beautiful, right? And looking to the future and thinking about that. So Spirit's telling us this is where you are right now. Spirit, help us to learn more about what are we holding on to. And maybe what I'm getting is holding on is actually a good thing in some ways. If this is where you are right now, holding on to this stuff is really good, these emotions and things. So it's so interesting, isn't it? Somehow, sometimes when we ask Spirit, what are we holding on to? What do you suggest here? And they're going, I'll tell you what you're holding on to. Maybe it's not all bad. Let's see. Let's see what unfolds. Okay. Okay, Ten of Wands. Carrying our more than our load. It can feel like we're burdened sometimes. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, pausing and savoring the results of your success. Love that. Okay. And I love that it's connected here, like taking another look at your success and being able to pause for that. All right. This is actually a really nice reading so far. Six of Wands, you're kind of a big deal, so start acting like it. I'm loving this. Maybe these are challenges that you have if we're asking Spirit about letting go. Or maybe these are things that you're already working on that are really working for you. If that's the case, let me know. By the way, please leave a like, thumbs up there. Drop a note in the comments. Let me know which way is this going for you. Because my sense so far, we'll know by the end of the reading, but my sense so far from Spirit is like this is either somebody who's doing these things right now, and if so, kudos to you. And if this is a challenge for you, it's just a reminder that we got you, we're here, we hear you, that these are things, maybe the opposites that you're holding on to that we need to let go of in order to attain these things. Let's keep looking. Either way, I think it's a very cool reading. Okay, so Queen of Swords, don't you remove into, I love how Spirit does this. It starts with where you are. It starts with a little bit of movement and advice, right? And then we move into some actual, like, here's some recommendations for you. And the Queen of Swords, and on this card, it says, don't you dare lower your voice for anyone. Oh, love it. This is about being authentic and being yourself and unmasking, right? Page of Pentacles, when life gives you lemons, make enchanted lemonade. All right. So let go of the past and disappointments and things that are difficult and move into your potential. I'm still loving this reading, and it's not always exactly what we think it's going to be or what we're asking for. And that's okay. We still have a message here, right? Let's keep looking, and I want to hear more. And Queen of Cups, love it. Honoring your emotions is one of the highest forms of self-care. I'm just adoring this reading. I don't know about you, but we're asking, what are we holding on to? And what are we getting in this reading? All beautiful things in so many ways. You're holding on to it. If that's the case, I want to hear from you. Please drop a like. If you're struggling with these things, drop a like too, because it's beautiful, because it's Spirit going, look at, this is you here. Even if you're struggling with it, this is all here for you. Okay? Things are difficult perhaps. Yeah. But we have to pause and savor what we do have and what we can do for ourselves in terms of managing our energies. Let's take a closer look with some clarifiers. And if you saw that little tiny bug here, we get them both when it rains, and we've had rainy weather here in South Carolina for a while. And also our plants get it sometimes. You guys have that thing with those little tiny creatures, the little bugs? My daughter's got some spray that she's been spraying her plants with. She's also one of us and does the deep dive into what's healthy and good for the plants and all that stuff. She's spraying them, but we still get those little bugs. It's kind of gross. My house is clean. It's not always tidy because I'm neurodivergent, but it's clean. Okay. Here we go. King of Pentacles, please tell us more about this. Spirit, tell us more about that. King of Pentacles. Success isn't always about money, but it's about happiness too. Okay, so yeah, we can be tempted. This is where we have to let go of something, Spirit's saying. Remembering that our success, true success, is not financially related. And it's not something we have to hold on to tightly. There was an old song back in the day, hold on loosely and don't let go. Sort of, you can still hold on to what you need, and what, if it's money, that's what you hold on to, but it's not at the risk, at the, at the cost, so to speak, of denying yourself. And remember that in order to feel truly successful, there is this amount of letting go. So if you're somebody that's really worried about finances, or you're being very, if you are, I get it if we have to be right now because money is so hard, but that might be you struggling with. How do I still find success, and how can I feel successful when this is such a struggle for me right now? I get that. I think Spirit's just reminding us that, yeah, it's very real. That the times we're going through are very real, and things are certainly hard, but there's good things coming, and that you've got the seeds right now of success for yourself, whatever that's going to look like. And if this is what you're struggling with, Spirit's just reminding you to let go of the fear around that, the fear around your success, the fear of, like, I have to hoard something, even if it's my own being, and keep it quiet and keep it under wraps, because I'm afraid. And Spirit's just reminding you that, no, remember that success comes in all different ways. It's not necessarily financial. And there's seeds. You're planting the seeds for something better to come. And here's another ace. We got aces in here, which are lovely cards of new beginnings and new things happening and new things coming that are positive. So let's look at the Ace of Cups. Remember, we're talking, this is about the seeds of something, right? And Spirit's saying, you've got this. Look, you've already got what it takes to grow this. So let's take a look at that. Spirit, give us more for the Ace of Cups, please. Tell us more about the Ace of Cups. I love that little mug. I collect mugs. Love them. I don't know why I collect them, except for I just think they're fun. And then I end up using one or two. I don't use them all anyway, but it's one of those things. Okay. Ace of Cups. Okay. Yeah, Seven of Wands. We can feel defensive about this. But we got to rely on the people we love. You've got ties, you've got supports, whether it's family, and some of you are afraid that's not coming. I think that's what we have to let go of. You've got, yeah, this is a struggle. This is what to let go of. There's this fear that I'm not where I want to be. And it might have to do with relationships. Because we're neurodivergent, there's a fear there that I have all these needs that feels like too much of something, right? I'm too this, I'm too sensitive, I'm too demanding, I'm too needy, whatever those thoughts are. That the self-internalized ableism kind of a thing. And Spirit's reminding you that you've got this beautiful full cup of love to offer. And we can feel very defensive and scared. And that's your potential. That's what's here for you, folks. So Spirit's encouraging you not to do that to yourself. With compassion, we are feeling compassion for you when you feel that way. That was a little moment of, oh, my heart goes out to you if that's you. My heart goes out to you so much. You are so loved. Let's look at the Emperor. Tell us more about the Emperor, please. Remember my card. This card says to me about our needs as neurodivergent people. Yeah, it's hard to see the sunlight when we're in these moments, but this is the most beautiful card in the deck. This is the card of all of our wishes coming true. Spirit's reminding you that, oh, Spirit, that's so sweet. Okay, your needs don't change who you really are. I'm gonna cry. I'm sorry. This is the Pisces in me, and the intuitive that and the therapist, where I'm feeling this with you, of feeling these things that you've been feeling, of feeling like you know all this and you're trying to work on it, but you're scared and it's really hard, and sometimes it feels very lonely, and your needs can feel really big, and you're afraid that whoever you are, whether you're not feeling good enough in some way, whether it's, you know, I hate to say this, but what I'm getting is whether it's your size, if it's your um, your circumstances right now, or your financial stuff, or your, whatever that is, your value, and you have these beautiful wishes for more and for this love, and it feels really, you defend yourself because it's so scary, and you feel it's really hard. But Spirit's just reminding you, this light is what you bring to the world. Don't forget this. Oh, that's what almost made me cry. Spirit's just going, don't forget this. You don't see us how we see you. I mean, you don't see yourself as we see you, is what Spirit's trying to say. And what we see is this coming from you, that you bring to the world. Do not forget that. And that's the same. It's related here. Oh, I'm getting it. Thank you, Spirit. It's, you got to put yourself out there, and you'll be rewarded one way or another. And that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to find the love of your life or have the perfect family, all that stuff. It's that somehow when you do that, as you care for yourself first through that, um, Spirit brings you the best rewards, because it's growth, it's understanding, it's remembering, it's moving forward. It's moving through your path in life on your journey, through your spiritual journey here, right? And here's the Emperor again, while taking care of your own needs, while remembering that your needs are not. Here's the Emperor twice. So it's just, again, see how the Emperor in this deck, the Light Seers deck for the clarifiers, he's got a chess piece. It's an Aries here. So maybe you've got an Aries in your life, or you're Aries, but it can feel or appear like you're being manipulative, like a chess master, and you're not. You're really just trying to figure out how to take care of yourself and manage these neurodivergent needs that we have, and to recover when there's social drain. Let's move into that, because that's where we're going through my channeling here. Ten of Wands, tell us more. And the quote on here, I'm kind of like, I don't know if why make things so much more difficult than they need to be? You're not. It's just hard. This is where I argue with spirit sometimes. It's just the card, but they're saying, yeah, your needs are not being manipulative or demanding or any of that, even though it can appear like that to other people. You're not to anything to find these things, to bring light to people. That's where your value is. So let's look at the Ten of Wands. Okay. And rest in your King of Wands energy. You have power just by being you, just by showing up. That Ten of Wands is often a burden, right? It feels like burden. King of Wands is the energy, the outward energy of manifesting, of moving into the activity, or the beingness. There you go. That's a new one, a beingness, right? Of who you really are. The strength, the power that you have, actually. This is really, by taking care of ourselves, that's our strength. That's how we deal with the burdens, is being strong for ourselves and showing up. That is not selfish ever. It is self-care. Okay. Let's look at the Nine of Pentacles, this single energy here. Pause and savor the results of your success. Something just jumped out. It can feel like we're dealing with a struggle. And life is hard, and there are struggles. And part of what we're looking at is taking care of ourselves differently to get to that savoring. So letting go of these things. Okay. So Spirit's saying, look, this looks great, right? Laying back and kicking back in the hammock, and pausing and savoring and eating the juicy fruit that's there, the ripe fruit, and looking at all your accomplishments. Beautiful dream, sounds like, right? But when we're struggling and when we're feeling defeated financially, or we feel like we're left out in the cold, or we're not included, or things are really hard, Spirit's saying, I get it, but these are things we can move through, right? We can move through and learn from somehow, and maybe adapt to or through somehow to get to this. To know that that's still possible for us, but Spirit sees that these things are real and they're here for you, and that's what's so hard, and that's what's causing some of these sad, feelings of fear. So Spirit's telling you they see you. It's not something to hold on to for long, though, is what they're saying. This is what we're talking about. What are we holding on to? And it's easy to get in that cycle of feeling competitive or argumentative or struggling, and it's burdensome, and it can feel this way. So whether we need to seek out help through therapy or friends or trusted, guidance, or our own intuition and listening, to ourselves, it's important to work through. So yeah, so that we can have our cups filled again. Six of Wands, you're kind of a big deal. So start acting like it. This is where Spirit's echoing this, right? Let's get a clarifier on that. Spirit's going, don't forget who you really are. Oh, there we go. I was building. See what I did there? I'm building on my little theme of my channel. Don't forget who you really are. Yeah, because you do have people who love you and care about you. Even though you may not see it right now, because you're feeling so lonely and you're feeling really sad right now, don't forget who you are. Guys, sometimes let go of this energy and move toward this. Even if you're not in it, move toward that, remembering. This is where the getting out there. And that could be with friends. It could be online, whatever that looks like. Yeah. And having some new ideas about how to do that might be helpful for you. Kind of looking at it differently. Give us more on the Queen of Swords, please. Don't you dare lower your voice for anyone. We got that Nine of Pentacles again. Okay. Back over here. The Nine of Pentacles once again. And this is a single energy in a lot of ways. It's sort of, how you've taken care of yourself, and then you get to enjoy the benefits. Those benefits might include other people with the Two of Cups. It might include, having these other things in your life that you really want. But the main thing is, it's about you working through your own journey, right? Of whatever that looks like, and how do you take care of yourself, knowing that you're okay, letting go of your judgment, letting go of that self-criticism and the fear, and moving forward through it. Okay, that's when we can reach our things, and not overthinking. Queen of Swords is also not just don't lower your voice for anyone. So in other words, advocate for yourself where you need it, and kind of make sure you take time to ask for what you need. Make sure you take time to advocate for yourself in general, whether it's in relationship or in life, and obviously in ways that are helpful to you. And that's how we obtain the benefits for ourselves. Okay. Let's look at this Page of Pentacles. Sorry if I get messy and go out of order. It's still all the same. Spirit's still going to come through. Page of Pentacles, when life gives you lemons, make enchanted lemonade. You got this. Yeah, again, there's your Seven of Pentacles. You planted the seeds back here, nurture them here. By taking care of ourselves, by reframing, in a sense. This is where my therapy background comes in. I am never one to make sure, to neglect validating feelings, and to neglect being honest with ourselves and validating all those negative, or quote, negative feelings, the sad feelings, the real feelings of fear and despair and pain that come up. We validate them, but we can also have a different way of looking at it. How can we find This is what spirit does for us, and it's the benefit of hindsight where we can look back and go, oh, okay, well, that crappy thing happened to me, so I could grow and move into this, which led to that. At my advanced age, I have many, many examples under my belt of that. So it's easy for me to say, but I'm reminding you that, ooh, it's pouring rain here right now. I don't know if you could hear that, but it just started pouring. Um, so, yes, acknowledge the pain, acknowledge what you've been going through, but also try to find a way to nurture yourself enough that you can grow seeds and nurture those seeds into a better place for yourself emotionally and even neurologically. You can be more regulated. And my ADHD brain, I'm unmasking for you now. You just saw my ADHD brain went, ooh, loud noise, rain. I'm back though, I'm back. All right, let's take a look. Queen of Cups. Give us more on the Queen of Cups, please. Honoring your emotions is one of the highest forms of self-care. You see what you... Yeah, and that brings good things to us, right? And it can end that cycle of bad times, and then it brings us stability. I love that so much, where we can really celebrate that for ourselves. All right, folks, we got 3 oracle cards of 2 different kinds. I'm going to do that because it's fun. The first one I'm going to use is the Listen Bee. Listen Bee. My daughter said to me when she was watching one of my videos, she goes, why don't you just say this? I said, well, you know, YouTube doesn't like that. Because I typically at home I have a potty mouth, not toward anyone else, but because I just feel like it brings spice to language, and I don't get offended by language like that. You know, obviously insulting or terrible language toward other people used as a weapon is insulting and terrible. But if you're just using it for spice when you bang your toe or for flavor when you're telling a story, I don't have a problem with that. But I respect you, and not everybody feels that way. And I know the YouTubies doesn't like it when we cuss, so I'm not being a prude. I'm just trying to be respectful and stay on the channel. So let's take a look. We'll do this black one first. Listen, Bee. It's your turn to be selfish. Claim what you deserve. I love that. Didn't I say self-care is not being selfish? That's when we go back to the emperors that have come up. Claim what you deserve, what you need, what you require to be okay. And that's, they say it's your turn to be selfish, but it's like, I don't see it as selfish. I see it as self-care. I really don't. All right, we're going to do a pink one now because I can, if I can get it off the deck. Come on, you. All right, there we go. These are newer cards, so they're a little stubborn. Listen, Bee, cut the cord. Your peace isn't up for negotiation. All right. So if there's somebody who's giving you a hard time about taking care of yourself, demanding from you when maybe that's what's causing that Ten of Wands energy over there, these burdens. Maybe it's hard for you to find time to take care of yourself this way, and they're just reminding you that this is not an option. I'm going to do a white one now, or the lighter one. So let's pull this one up. Come on. There we go. Aww. Listen, Bee. Your dreams deserve a fair fight. Your dreams, your hopes, your wishes deserve a fair fight. And what is that fight but self-care and self-love? You deserve it. Oh, I love this reading. I do. I really do. It's beautiful. And other than the pain that some of you are experiencing, which I totally understand, and we all do go through that from time to time. So many of us do anyway, unless somehow you've had this enchanted life, and most of us have not. Life for most of us ain't been no crystal stair. If you know that quote, drop it in the comments for me. It's a beautiful poem. And if that's the case for you, yeah, it can be painful, but you still deserve a fair fight, and that's taking care of yourself. So I'm going to give you 3 empath oracle cards, another one that I actually love very much. You get to pick 1, 2, or 3. Seek out your own guidance there, your own intuition, whichever one jumps at you. Pause the video if you need to, and I'm going to remind you again, please like, share, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button. Even the little bell that tells you when I make another video. Eventually, I hope I'll be going live, and that will also give you notifications if I go live. So here's number 1. Number 1 is abundance. Oh, I love this. Your true nature. Gratitude, commitment to goals. So look at abundance. You're just wrapped in this light of reptilian abundance. I don't know what that means, but how cool is that? I don't think this card has come up for me before as I've done this, and I use these cards all the time. So abundance, your true nature is abundance. I love that, especially for those of you over here who are struggling with this fear of what's coming. Okay, integrated woman. I'm gonna cover her little naughty bits. Self acceptance, integrate lessons, and grounded healing. I think that's beautiful too. Look at the power that she's got coming from her hands, out from her third eye chakra, using your intuition, using your heart chakra, especially your heart and your intuition, integrating self acceptance, integrating your lessons, and having grounded healing. Love, love, love. Ah, an empath. Okay. Okay, girlies and guys and non binary folks. Who's the empath here? Connect to self, cleanse, boundaries, hold space. Okay. So it's a reminder that if you're not doing grounding work, that's going to be really important for you too. What are you letting go of? You're letting go of pushing through. You're letting go of not paying attention to your intuition. You're letting go of the fear. You're acknowledging it, don't forget. You're validating your feelings, but then you're letting go of them as you work through and toward remembering who you really are, this beautiful, loving light in this world, who is entitled to have all of these things that you wish for and that you want for your life to come true for you and to come through for you, because it's really it is. It's letting it come through. All right, I hope this was helpful. Leave a love and like, as I said. I love you all very much, and I will see you again soon.